Good morning, all. Welcome to the lecture of number 3. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In last lecture, we have completed Chinese reminder theorem. What is the Chinese reminder theorem? Chinese reminder theorem is nothing but its statement is nothing but if n1, n2 up to so on nr be any positive integer such that GCD of ni, nk will be equal to 1 whenever each I is not equal to k, then the system of linear congruences, that is x is congruent to a1 modulo n1, x is congruent to a2 modulo n2, and up to so on x is congruent to ar modulo nr, has a simultaneous solution. And after that we have proved that that solution must be unique modulo n. Simultaneous solution means here we have to find out the value of x which is true for all the linear congruence, that is given system of linear congruences. And after that we have proved that that solution must be unique under the modulo n. Now we have to take the examples depending on the Chinese remainder theorem, that is we can easily solve these problems using this method. Okay, first example will be, let the system of linear congruences x is congruent to 2 modulo 3. Second one is x is congruent to 3 modulo 5. And third one is nothing but x congruent to 2 modulo 7. Then find the simultaneous solution. Okay, here we have given that 3 linear congruences, that is x is congruent to 2 modulo 3, second one is nothing but x is congruent to 3 modulo 5, and third one is nothing but x is congruent to 2 modulo 7, and we have to find out its simultaneous solution. That is, here we have to find out the value of x which is true for all the linear congruences, that is these 3 linear congruences. And for that first we have to check whether GCD of n1, n2 up to so on nr will be equal to 1. Here n1 is nothing but 3, n2 is nothing but 5, and n3 is nothing but 7. And this a1 is equal to 2, a2 equal to 3, and a3 equal to 2. That is, it is given that given by comparing this with given system, that is x is congruent to a1 modulo n1, x is congruent to a2 modulo n2 up to so on x is congruent to ar modulo nr. We get a1 is nothing but 2, a2 is equal to 3, and a3 is equal to 2, and n1 equal to 3, n2 equal to 5, and n3 is nothing but 7. Now we have to check whether the GCD of n1, n2 and n3 will be equal to 1. That is, if we take GCD of ni, nk is equal to 1 whenever I is not equal to k. As here 3, 5 and 7 all are prime numbers, then GCD of the ni, nk must be equal to 1. Here GCD of ni, nk is equal to 1 whenever I is not equal to k. Since 3, 5 and 7 are prime numbers, then its GCD must be equal to 1. Now we have to find out the value of small n. In our Chinese remainder theorem, n is nothing but n1 into n2 into up to so on nr. According to this, here n is nothing but n1 is nothing but 3 into 5 into 7, which is equal to 3 into 5, 15, 15 into 7, 105. Therefore n is nothing but 105, which implies value of small n is nothing but 105. After that we have to find out the values of capital N1, capital N2 and capital N3. In Chinese remainder theorem, nk is nothing but small n divided by nk. This one is nothing but capital Nk. Therefore capital N1 is nothing but small n divided by n1. Here n is nothing but 105 divided by n1. n1 is nothing but 3. What is the value of 105 divided by 3?
35.
which is equal to 35. Similarly for n2 is nothing but n divided by n2, which is nothing but 105 divided by 5, which is equal to
21.
21, and
20.
n3 is nothing but n divided by n3, which is nothing but 105 divided by 7, and which is equal to
15.
15. So here we get the values of small n and capital N1, N2 and N3. Now here we have to find out the values of x1, x2, x3, since we have to prove that x bar equal to a1 n1 x1 plus a2 n2 x2 plus up to so on ar nr xr be the simultaneous solution of given system of linear congruence. And here we have already the values of a1, a2, a3, and we have find out the values of n1, n2, n3. Therefore it remains to find out the values of x1, x2 and x3. As here in Chinese reminder theorem, we have seen that GCD of capital Nk, comma Nk is equal to 1. Since capital Nk is nothing but n upon Nk, and all remaining integers are relatively prime, then GCD of these two numbers must be equal to 1. And if GCD of capital Nk, comma Nk will be equal to 1, then capital Nkx must be congruent to 1 modulo Nk, since GCD of these two integers will be equal to 1, and which divides the integer 1, then it has a unique solution, since ax congruent to b modulo n has a solution if GCD of an divides b, and it has exactly d incongruent solution. As here GCD will be equal to 1, then it has exactly one unique solution. Therefore from this, capital Nkx congruent to 1 modulo Nk has a unique solution. Unique solution. Now there are three values of k, that is 1, 2 and 3, which implies n1x is congruent to 1 modulo small n1. Small n1 is nothing but 3, that is 35x is congruent to 1 modulo 3. Now we have to find out the value of x which satisfies this linear congruence, and for that there are two methods. Either we can start from this x, that is take the values of x as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to so on, or we have to convert this 35 under modulo 3. Okay, what should be the value of 35 under modulo 3? Divide 35 by 3. What is the remainder?
2.
2x congruent to 1 modulo 3. Okay. Now, whether x equal to 1 is the solution of this linear congruence. If we put x equal to 1, then it is nothing but 2 minus 1. Whether 2 minus 1 is divisible by 3. 1 is divisible by 3? No. If we put x equal to 2, then 2 into 2, 4. 4 minus 1 is divisible by 3, which implies x equal to 2 is a solution of this congruence. Let us take this one as a x1 equal to 2. x1 equal to 2 is a solution of this linear congruence, which is for first one, that is n1x congruent to 1 modulo n1. Similarly, n2x congruent to 1 modulo small n2, that is capital N2 is nothing but 21x congruent to 1 modulo small n2, which is 5. Okay, now 21x, when we divide 21 by 5, then the remainder will be
1.
1. That is x is congruent to 1 modulo 5. If we take the value of x equal to 1, then 1 minus 1, 0, which is divisible by 5, which implies x equal to x2 equal to 1 is a solution of this congruence. Okay, therefore we get the values of x1 and x2. Now it remains to find out the value of x3. Okay, so value of x3, that is n3x congruent to 1 modulo small n3, that is 15x congruent to 1 modulo 7. If x equal to 1, then 15 minus 1, which is 14. 14 is divisible by 7, which implies x equal to x3 equal to 1 is a solution. So here we get the values of x1, x2 and x3. Here x1 equal to 2, x2 equal to 1 and x3 is again 1. So here we get the values of capital N1, N2, N3 and x1, x2, x3. Therefore, consider x bar. And x bar is nothing but, according to Chinese remainder theorem, it is nothing but a1 n1 x1 plus a2 n2 x2 plus a3 n3 x3. Whatever will be the value, we have to take it on modulo n, that is n1 into n2 into n3, that is small n1, small n2 and small n3. Okay, now capital small a1 is nothing but 2 into capital N1 is 35. Okay, into x1 is 2 plus a2 is 3, n2 21 into 1 plus a3 is again 2 into 15 into 1, which is equal to 2 into 35 into 2,
140.
114 plus 21 into 3,
63.
63 plus 15 into 2, 30, which is nothing but 140 plus 63, 203 plus 30,
233.
233. Now we have to take this value on modulo n. Modulo n is nothing but 105. Okay. Then what is the value of 233 over modulo 105? We have to divide this number by 105 and the remainder is nothing
23.
but 23 modulo 105. Okay. Which implies x bar equal to 23 is a simultaneous solution of the given system of linear congruences. Given system of linear congruences. Okay, and which is unique modulo 105. That is, there is only one integer 23 which is a solution of all these linear congruences under 105. Let us check whether this 23 is a solution of given system of linear congruences. Given system of linear congruences are nothing but, first one is nothing but x is congruent to 2 modulo 3. Second one is x congruent to 3 modulo 5. And third one is nothing but x congruent to 2 modulo 7. Now we have to put the values of x equal to 23. 23 minus 2, 21. And 21 is divisible by 3. Therefore, first one holds. Okay. Now, second one. 23 minus 3, which is 20. 20 is again divisible by 5. Therefore, second one is also true. 23 minus 2, 21. And 21 is divisible by 7. Therefore, third one is also holds. Therefore, x bar equal to 23 is a simultaneous solution since it holds all the linear congruences at a time and which is unique under this 105. If we have to take its another solution, then it must be greater than 105 and which is also congruent to this 23. Okay, कुणाला काही डाऊट यामध्ये?
No, sir.
एक्स बार इक्वल टू 23 हा एलिमेंट एकच मिळेल जे की 105च्या आतमध्ये असेल. आणखीन हे तिन्ही लिनियर कॉन्ग्रेसेस ऍट ए टाइम सॅटिस्फाय करेल. जर याच्यापेक्षा जर तुम्ही दुसरा सोल्युशन जर सॅटिस्फाय करणार शोधला तरी ते 105 पेक्षा मोठा असेल आणि जे की कॉन्ग्रुएंट असेल तुमच्या 23ला. पर्टिक्युलरली तुम्ही 105 प्लस 23 केला ते करस्पॉन्डिंग जो नंबर येईल 128 वॉट एव्हर तो परत ही सर्व लिनियर कॉन्ग्रुएंसेस सॅटिस्फाय करेल. पण 128 अंडर 105 इज नथिंग बट अगेन 23 ओनली. ठीक आहे
सर.
येस.
एकाला जॉईन येता येत नाहीये.
ओके. त्यांना जॉईन करायला सांगा. Okay, Now the next example, second one. Find an integer which leaves the remainder 5 when divided by 11 and 2 when divided by 19. Okay, so here we have to find out one integer which leaves the remainder 5 when it is divisible by 11 and which leaves the remainder 2 when divided by 19. Okay, let x be the required number. That is, x be the number which leaves the remainder 5 when it is divisible by 11 and it leaves the remainder 2 when it is divisible by 19. Now we have to find out the value of this x. Okay, that is, this one is nothing but x is congruent to 5 modulo 11, that is it leaves the remainder 5, and x is congruent to 2 modulo 19. Okay, now here, as here there are two linear congruences, then we can use the Chinese remainder theorem. Here a1 is nothing but 5, a2 is nothing but 2, and n1 is 11 and n2 is 19, and GCD of n1 and n2, as they are prime, again its GCD must be equal to 1. Okay, here a1 is 5, a2 equal to 2, n1 equal to 11 and n2 equal to, n2 is equal to 19, and also GCD of 11, 19 is equal to 1. Now we have to find out the value of small n. Small n is nothing but n1 into n2, which is equal to 11 into 19. 11 into 19 is
209.
209. Now capital N1 is nothing but small n divided by small n1. (209) divided by 11, which is nothing but 19, and n2 is equal to n divided by n2, which is equal to 209 divided by 19, which is nothing but 11. So here we get the values of n1 and n2. Now it remains to find out the values of x1 and x2. Okay, by Chinese remainder theorem, nkx is congruent to 1 modulo small nk. Here there are only two possibilities for k, that is 1 and 2. Okay, which implies n1x congruent to 1 modulo n1. That is, n1 is nothing but 19x congruent to 1 modulo 11. But value of 19 over modulo 11, which is nothing but 8x congruent to 1 modulo 11. Now, whether x equal to 1 is a solution of given system of linear congruences.
No.
X equal to 1. 8 minus 1 is not divisible by 11. What about 16 minus 1? 15 is divisible by 11.
No,
Which is
sir.
again not. 8 into 3, 24 minus 1, 23, which is again not divisible by 11. X equal to 4. 8 into 4.
Yes, sir. It is.
8 into 4. 32. 32 minus 1. Whether it is divisible
No,
by
sir.
11.
No, sir.
8 into 5. 40 minus 1, 39. Again, which is not divisible by 11. 8 into 6. 48 minus 1. 47 is not divisible by 11. What about 7? 8 into 7. 8 into 7 is 56.
Yes,
56
it
minus
is.
1, 55, which is divisible by 11, which implies x equal to x1 equal to 7 is a solution of this congruence. Okay, So we get the value of x1. Now we have to find out the value of x2. For that we have to consider n2x congruent to 1 modulo small n2, which is nothing but 11x congruent to 1 modulo small n2 is nothing but 90. Now whether 1 is the solution, 10 is divisible by
No,
19.
sir.
What about 2? 22 minus 1. 21 is not divisible by 19. 11 into 3. 33 minus 1, 32. Again not divisible by 19. 11 into 4, 44 minus 1, 43. Not divisible by 19. 55 minus 1. 54 is divisible by 19.
No, sir. No, sir.
Next one is 66 minus 1. 65. Whether 65 is divisible by 19.
No, sir.
11 into 7. 77 minus 1. 76. Whether 76 is divisible by 19.
Yes, sir.
Which implies x equal to x2 equal to 7 is its solution. Okay, so we get the values of x1 and x2. Now we have to consider the simultaneous solution. Then simultaneous solution is given by x bar is equal to a1 n1 x1 plus a2 n2 and x2, which is equal to, what should be the value of a1? 5. n1 is 11. 11 or 19?
11.
11 into x1 is 7 plus a2 is
Sir, N1 is 19.
n1 is 19 plus a2 is 2 into n2 is 11, x2 is again 7. Okay, now 7 into 5, 35. 35 into 19,
931.
19 into 7 into 5, 35 into 19, no?
665.
नक्की का? दुसरं कोणाचं आलंय का? चेक करा.
हाँ सर. हाँ सर.
Which is under modulo n. Here n is nothing but 209. Okay, what should be the value of 665 under modulo 209? That is, we have to find out its remainder when it is divisible by 209. 209 into 3, 627. 665 minus 627 is nothing but 65 minus 27. I think 38 plus 154 modulo 209, which is equal to 38 plus 154. Okay, so x bar equal to 192. That is, here x bar equal to 192 is an integer which leaves the remainder five when divisible by 11 and 2 when divided by 19. Whether it will be true, check करा हे correct आहे का? Okay, 192 divided by 11. What should be the remainder? 192 divided by 11. What is remainder?
5 sir.
नक्की का?
Yes sir.
And
Yes
when
sir.
192 is
5 sir.
divisible by 19,
2.
which is the remainder. Therefore क्रॉस व्हेरीफाय झालं ना आपलं. ठीक आहे. कुणाला काही डाऊट एक्झाम्पल मध्ये? डाऊट
No
असतील
sir.
सांगा. ठीक आहे. Okay, now we have to see the linear congruence of two variable. Okay, the linear congruence of two variable are of the type ax plus by congruent to c modulo n. That is, here there are two variables x and y. Okay, now we have to see how to find out the solution of linear congruence of two variable. Okay, let us see one theorem. Let the system of linear congruences ax plus by congruent to r modulo n and cx plus dy congruent to s modulo n has a unique solution modulo n whenever GCD of AD minus BC comma n is equal to 1. Okay, so here we have to prove this one. That is the given system of linear congruences ax plus by congruent to r modulo n and cx plus dy congruent to s modulo n has a unique solution modulo n whenever GCD of AD minus BC and n will be equal to 1. Okay, let us see its proof. Given that ax plus by is congruent to r modulo n. Let us take this one as equation 1 and cx plus ty congruent to s modulo n, and this will be equation 2. Okay, now multiply equation 1 by d and equation 2 by b and subtracting 2 from 1, then we get multiply 1 by an element d and 2 by b and subtracting 2 from 1. 2 from equation 1 we get. Okay, so if we multiply this equation by d, then which is nothing but ad into x minus bc x, that is this one is nothing but ad minus bc into x. Now if we multiply this one by d, b into dy minus of and multiply this by b, which is again b dy, b into dy minus b into dy is gets cancelled, which is congruent to dr. That is, we have to multiply equation 1 by d, which is nothing but a dr minus and equation 2 by b, which is nothing but bs modulo n, which is from the properties of linear congruence. So here we get AD minus BCX is congruent to DR minus BS modulo n. Take this one as equation sum star. Okay. Now here we have given that GCD of AD minus BC comma n is equal to 1, which implies AD minus BC into x congruent to 1 modulo n. Since GCD of AD minus BC comma n will be equal to 1 and which divides this 1, which implies this linear congruence has a unique solution, that is has a unique solution. Since it is GCD will be 1. Okay, as it has a unique solution, let x equal to t be a its solution, which implies that unique solution will be t, which implies AD minus BC into t is congruent to 1 modulo n. Use this as equation 3. Now multiply equation star by t. We get multiply star by t, we get AD minus BC into x and we have to multiply it by t, is congruent to dr minus bs into t modulo n. Okay, this will be equation 4. Now we have to use equation 3 in equation 4. Use equation 3 in 4. We get, since AD minus BC into t is congruent to 1 modulo n, that is value of AD minus BC into t over modulo n is nothing but 1, which implies x is congruent to dr minus bs into t modulo n. Since AD minus BC into t is congruent to 1 modulo n, therefore here we get the value of x under modulo n. Take this one as equation 5. So here we get the value of x, that is first variable. Now we have to find out the value of y also, and for that we have to multiply equation 1 by c and equation 2 by a. Then ACX minus ACX will get cancelled and BCY minus DAY, which is nothing but, that is, now multiply equation 1 by C and equation 2 by A, then subtracting 2 from A. Two from 1 we get. Okay, first term variables of x will be get cancelled and here we get BC minus AD into y. BC minus A into D into y congruent to R into C. C into R minus S into A, that is AS modulo n. That is, this can be written as AD minus BC of y congruent to AS minus CR of modulo. That is, just we have to multiply both sides by minus 1. This will be equation 6. Again, multiply this by t, equation 6 by t. We get AD minus BC of y into t is congruent to AS minus CR of t modulo n. Okay, this will be nothing but equation 7. Again, we have to use equation 3 in equation 7. That is, AD minus BC of t is congruent to 1 modulo n. Then by 3, y is congruent to AS minus CR t modulo n. Therefore, here we get the values of x and y, and which is the required solution. That is, x equal to, x is congruent to dr minus bs t modulo n, and y is nothing but as minus cr into t modulo n. Okay, So by using this one, we can find out, we have to find out the solution of given system of linear congruences which contains two variable. Okay, see the examples depending on this. Solve 7x plus 3y congruent to 10 modulo 16 and 2x plus 5y congruent to 9 modulo 16. So here we have to find out the values of x and y under this modulo n. Okay. Now we have to compare the given system of linear congruences with our ax plus by congruent to r modulo n and cx plus dy congruent to s modulo n. So by comparing, we get a is nothing but 7, b is equal to 3, c equal to 2 and d is equal to 5, and n is nothing but, sorry, d is equal to 5 and n is equal to 16. Now first we have to check whether GCD of AD minus BC will be AD minus BC comma n is equal to 1. Consider GCD of AD minus BC comma n is equal to GCD of A into D. 7 into 5, 35 minus B into C, 3 into 2, 6 and n is 16, which is nothing but GCD of 35 minus 6, which is 29, 16. Whether GCD of 29 and 16 will be 1. What is the GCD of 29 and 16?
One.
Okay, whether 29 is prime number.
Yes, sir.
As it is the prime number, then it must be relatively prime to all the other integers except its multiple. Okay, now here GCD of AD minus BC comma n will be equal to 1. Okay, now we have to use the above values of x and y. But x is nothing but, we know that x is nothing but as here. First we have to see as GCD of AD minus BC is 1. AD minus BC comma n will be equal to 1. So which implies GCD of AD minus BC comma n is equal to 1, which implies the linear congruence AD minus BC into x congruent to 1 modulo n has a unique solution. Okay. Okay. Unique solution. Since GCD of AD minus BC comma n will be equal to 1. That is AD minus BC is nothing but 29x congruent to 1 modulo 16 has a unique solution, but value of 29 over 16 will be 13x congruent to 1 modulo 16. Okay, whether x equal to 1 will be the solution of this linear congruence. X equal to 1, 13 minus 1.
No, sir.
X equal to 2.
No, sir.
X equal to 3.
No.
X equal to 4.
No, sir.
X equal to 5.
Yes, sir.
X equal to 5. Yes. Which implies, Nakki na?
Yes, sir.
X equal to t equal to, that is here we get the value of t, that is it has a unique solution, and in that theorem we have considered that t will be its solution, and here x equal to 5 will be a solution of this congruence 13x congruent to 1 modulo 16, which implies x equal to t equal to 5 be a solution of 29x congruent to 1 modulo 16. Okay. So here we get the values of x, t. Then, as we know that x is congruent to tr minus bs into t modulo n. Just we have to put the values of all these integers. Okay. D is nothing but 5 into r is 10 minus b is nothing but 3, s is 9, and t is again 5 modulo n is 60. Okay, 5 into 10 50 minus 9 into 3 27 into 5 modulo 60. Okay, which is nothing but 50 minus 27
23.
23. Okay, 23 into 5 modulo 16. What is the value of 23 over modulo 16? I think it will be 7. 23 minus 16.
Yes, sir.
7. 7 into 5 modulo 16. 7 into 5 will be 35. Okay. 35 modulo 16. Now we have to find out the value of 35 over modulo 16. 16 into 2 will be 32 and remainder will be
3. 3.
which implies this will be congruent to 3 modulo 16. So here we get the value of x. Similarly, y is congruent to as minus cr into t modulo 60. Okay. Now put the values of this as, cr and t. A is 7 into 9 minus c is 5 into r, which is 10 into 5 modulo 60.
C तो आहे ना.
C? C2.
C ची व्हॅल्यू 2 आहे सर.
Yes, yes, yes. 7 into 9? 63 minus 2 into 10, 20 into 5 modulo 60, which is nothing but 43 into 5 modulo 60. What should be the value of 43 over modulo 60?
11.
11 into 5. 11 into 5 will be
55.
55. And 55 over modulo 60? 48. 55 minus 48?
7.
7 modulo 60. Therefore, here we get the values of x and y. X is nothing but 3, which is over modulo 16, and y is nothing but 7. Either, if suppose we know the values of x and y, that is x equal to dr minus bs into t modulo n and y equal to ds minus cr into t modulo 16, then we have to use this method. If suppose we don't know the values of x and y, then we have to use the method as we have used in the theorem. That is, just we have to multiply equation 1 by b, that is d is nothing but 5, and equation 2 by b. Then we get the value of x, and after that we have to multiply equation 1 by c, that is 2, and equation 2 by a, which is 7. Then we get the value of y. ओके, ती ही एक मेथड आहे. जर तुम्हाला हे लक्षात राहतील, एक्स आणि वायच्या जर व्हॅल्यू लक्षात असतील तर डायरेक्ट पुट करा. जर माहित नसतील तर परत प्रोसिजरनुसार जावं लागेल. म्हणजे याला तुम्हाला मल्टिप्लाय करावं लागेल या 5 नी, आणखीन याला मल्टिप्लाय करावं लागेल 3 नी, त्याच्यानंतर त्यावरून तुम्हाला व्हॅल्यू मिळेल एक्स ची. आणखीन सेकंड साठी तुम्हाला ए आणि सी नी मल्टिप्लाय करून परत सबट्रॅक्ट केलं की करस्पॉन्डिंग व्हॅल्यू ऑफ वाय मिळेल. ठीक आहे. का मल्टिप्लाय करून दाखवायचं?
समजलं सर.
मिळणार हेच आहे, शेवटी हेच व्हॅल्यू मिळणार आहेत. फक्त तुम्हाला जर हे डायरेक्ट जर लक्षात नसतील तर तुम्ही फाइंड आउट करू शकता. घ्यायची गरज आहे का मग?
नो सर.
शेवटी हेच मिळणार आहे तुम्हाला. ओके. नाउ नेक्स्ट एक्झाम्पल विल बी (25x congruent to 15 modulo 29). Okay, we have to solve this linear congruence. Okay, given 25 years congruent to 15 modulo 29. Okay, what should be the value of 25 over modulo 29? I think it will be minus 4.
Yes, sir.
Minus 4x congruent to. And what about 15? It will be minus 14 modulo
Yes, sir.
29. Just multiply both side by minus 1. We get 4x congruent to 14 modulo 29. Okay, which implies, write this one as a 2 into 2x congruent to 2 into 14. Okay, modulo 29. Okay, so here we get AC is congruent to BC modulo n. If AC is congruent to BC modulo n, then A is congruent to B modulo n upon GCD of
CN.
Cn, which implies 2x congruent to, sorry, 7, 2 into 7, 7 modulo 29 divided by GCD of 2 and 29. What will be the GCD of 2 and 29?
1.
Is 1, which implies 2x is congruent to 7 modulo 29. As here we have to find out the value of x, then we have to convert this 2x as a x, which implies. Okay, now multiply both sides by 15, then we get 15 into 2 will be 30x congruent to 15 into 7,
105.
105 modulo 29. Whatever will be the, what will be the value of 30 over modulo 29, which is 1, since when we divide 30 by 29, then the remainder will be 1. Okay, which implies x is congruent to 105. Now we have to find out the value of 105 under modulo 29. Divide 105 by 29, then the remainder will be 29 into 3, 87. Correct, hai? And 29 into 4 is nothing but I think somewhat 116, which is above 105. Therefore, we have to subtract 105 minus 81. Sorry, 87. 105 minus 87 will be
18.
18, which is congruent to 18 modulo 29. Therefore, here we get the value of x as a 18. Suppose there is one more method to solve this one, and we have to start from this one. इथपर्यंत यायचं सुरुवातीला तुम्हाला जर 4x कॉन्ग्रुएंट मिळत असेल ॲज 4x कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू ऑर मेथड 14 modulo 29. Okay, just multiply both sides by 7. Okay, if we multiply both sides by 7, then 4 into 7 will be
28.
28x congruent to 14 into 7.
20.
14 into 7.
98. 98. 98.
98 modulo 29. Okay, so now 28 over modulo 29 is nothing but minus 1x.
Minus
That is
1.
minus of x is congruent to 98 divisible 98 divided by 29. What is the remainder?
11.
29 in, I think it is 11 modulo 29. Okay, now just multiply both sides by minus 1. We get x is congruent to minus of 11 modulo 29. What will be the value of minus 11 over modulo 29? Just we have to subtract 11 from 29,
18.
which is 18 modulo 29. दोन्ही पैकी कोणतीही मेथड यूज करा, सोल्युशन सेमच मिळेल. ठीक आहे. Now the next example will be 144. Solve 144x congruent to 133 modulo 301. Okay, now we know that the system of linear congruence, that is this linear congruence ax congruent to b modulo n, has a solution if GCD of A and N divides P. For that, we have to find out the GCD of 144 and 301. So here, GCD of 144, 301. What will be its GCD? Use the Euclid's algorithm. 301 can be expressed as 144 into 2 plus 144 into 2 will be 288, which is nothing but remainder will be 13. Correct, Aika?
Yes, sir.
144 is congruent to, sorry, 144 will be equal to, now we have to write this 144 as a multiple of 13.
Into 10 plus 14.
Into 10 plus 14. Then 13. असं नाही होणार हो, 14 येणार नाही.
13 into 11 plus 1, sir.
11 plus 1. Okay, so 13 equal to 1 into 13 plus 0. Then what will be the its GCD then?
1.
1.
Which is 1. There will be something missing. If its GCD will be 1, then there is no meaning since it has always a solution. Take this one as a 140. Okay. If GCD is 1, then always it has a solution. Okay. Now, what will be the GCD of 140 and 301? GCD जर 1 येत असेल तर ऑलवेज सोल्युशन आहे ना, ते एक्झाम्पल मध्ये काय मीनिंग राहणार. Okay, 301 can be expressed as 140 into 2 plus 280. 280 means remainder will be, I think, 21.
Yes, sir.
Now 140 is nothing but 21 into 6. 140 minus 20, 126
6 plus 14.
plus 14.
14.
21 equal to 14 into 1 plus 7.
7.
And 14 is nothing but 7 into 2 plus 0. Then its remainder will be,
Seven.
its GCD will be 7. Okay. So here GCD of 140 and 301 will be equal to 7. Now we have to check whether this 7 divides 133. Whether 7 divides 133. 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as 7 divides 133, which implies 140x congruent to 133 modulo 301 has a solution. How many solution will be exist? D incongruent solution exist. As here 7 will be the GCD, then it has 7 incongruent solution exist. Again, we have proved one result. If A is congruent to B modulo n, and all these three integers a, b and n are divisible by some d greater than 0, which implies a upon d is congruent to b upon d modulo
N upon D.
n upon d. As here 140, 133, 301 all are divisible by 7, which implies divide 140 by 7, which is nothing but 20x congruent to 133 divided by 7 will be 1 to 9.
7.
Or modulo 7. It will be, I think, 43. Okay, which implies 20x is congruent to 19 modulo 43. Just multiply both sides by 15. We get 20x in 28 into 15, which is nothing but 300x. Congruent to 19 into 15 will be 19 into 15.
285.
285. Okay. Now, value of 300 over 3.1 or 43? 43 into 7 will be 43 into 7 is 301. Okay. And here is 300, which implies it is nothing but somewhat minus x congruent to 285 divided by 43. 43 into 6. Whether it will be 17. What will be the value of minus 17 over 43? Whether this will be true. X is congruent to 26 modulo 43. I think this will be.
This 27 is sir.
I think
17.
it will be 27. There is a small printing mistake. Okay. If this will be 27, this will be 16, na? Which implies 43 divides x minus 16. Okay. Which implies x minus 16 is multiple of some 43t. That is x equal to 16 plus 43t whenever t is running from 0, 1, 2 up to so on 5. No, sorry, 6. Just put the values of t as a 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on 6. Then we get 7 incongruent solutions. Okay. कुणाला काही डाऊट असतील तर सांगा.
No, sir.